Welcome back to another video, Kleschka Crew. MLB The Show 24 is right around the corner. The days are counting down. We are all waiting eagerly for this new baseball game to arrive. And I would also like to see some new legends arrive in MLB The Show 24. So today, I have written down 10 players, 10 legends that I would love to see put into MLB The Show 24. Some new guys that we have not seen ever, or some new guys that we'd like to see return to the game. But before we get started, let me do a little self-plug. If you guys want to check out some of my merch, I got it down in the description. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got mugs, stickers, all kinds of stuff. You can also check out the podcast that Mo and I do, Off the Field podcast. Love doing it. And don't forget to subscribe here to my channel, Austin Kleschka. Now, on with the video. The first legend, and I mean legend, that I would love to see back in MLB The Show is Ted Williams. When I first started playing MLB The Show, Ted Williams was in the game, and then somewhere along the way, he just stopped being in MLB The Show. I don't know what the case is for that, but I just would love to have him back. He is one of the few guys you think of when you think of a 400 batting average season, and he had multiple of them. Definitely one of baseball's best hitters ever, and I would just love to have Ted Williams back in this game. The next guy that I'm going to bring up is somebody that people have wanted in the game for a long time, and that is Manny Ramirez. I feel like we try to hype up Manny Ramirez being in MLB The Show every single time there's a new game, and we never get it. I think it should finally be the time where we get Manny in the game. He was easily one of the most fun players in the game when he was around. He was one of the most clutch, one of the most dominant hitters, and I think it is just wrong not having Manny in the game. I think he fits perfectly with where MLB The Show is trying to go, with swagger, personality, electrifying players, and that is what Manny Ramirez was. We have seen a handful of players left out of MLB The Show due to their PED use in the past, but I think that is starting to change. We saw Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire finally put into the game last year, so that is a step on getting guys like Manny Ramirez back. Now, obviously, I don't think anybody should go out there and use PEDs, but I think baseball and its fans are starting to realize how much it saved baseball in a time where it was struggling, and I think they're allowing guys like Sammy, Mark McGwire, and hopefully Manny. So I think Manny Ramirez is actually not far away from getting into MLB The Show, especially with the guys that I just mentioned getting into the game. Long overdue in MLB The Show. For the past couple years, MLB The Show has been great at including worlds of baseball outside the MLB, and I think we should stay on that path, keep it going, and introduce this Japan legend who does not get talked about enough, Sadaharu Oh, aka the home run king of Japan. 868 career home runs, absolutely blowing Barry Bonds' 762 out of the water, right into McCovey Cove. I mean, just listen to his accolades and milestones here. Back-to-back Triple Crown winner. He is an 11-time Japan Series champion, and that is just as a player. He also has 2 more as a manager and 7 more as an upper management executive. Total, that is 20 championships. You know who had the most in the MLB? That was Yogi Berra, folks, and he had 10. Sadaharu Oh was a 9-time MVP. You look at Barry Bonds, who had the most ever in the MLB. He had 7. He's also in the Japan Hall of Fame and considered the GOAT of Japanese baseball. So I would love to see him get acknowledged in MLB The Show and get some absolutely legendary cards for Diamond Dynasty, and I definitely think he deserves it. Sticking with Japanese legends, here's one you guys definitely know and a lot of us want to see back in MLB The Show, Ichiro Suzuki. He is probably the most famous Japanese player to come over to the MLB, which might be changing with Shohei Ohtani and how much he's taken over and dominated the league. But Ichiro did it first. He made a name for himself in Japan, came over here, absolutely tore up the league. He is one of the few players that has won Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same year. Always had a great and respectful personality. We want to see him back in the game after his absence, after retiring. We want Ichiro back in MLB The Show. Come on. And one last Japanese legend for you guys, keeping the trend going. I want to see Hideki Matsui, Godzilla, in MLB The Show. He ruled in Japan as an MVP. He was a 3-time champion over there, and he also came here to the MLB, absolutely tore up the 09 World Series and became a champion here. He's got that beautiful, sweet lefty swing, which the other guys do as well. Ichiro, Sadaharu Oh. I wonder in Japan if you are taught lefty naturally growing up. Because here in the States, you see kids growing up, you see a lot of players in the MLB that are mostly right-handed. I'd say like 8 times out of 10. But a lot of the players that come over from Japan are mainly left-handed. I don't know. I just wonder why that is. Hideki Matsui is also a Japan Hall of Famer. I think it would be great to see him in MLB The Show. So let's get him in this game. Now, as an Angels fan, I would love to see some of my favorite Halos from my childhood get into MLB The Show. And one of those guys that I would like to see in this game is Shan Figgins, aka Figgy. He was the third baseman when I was a kid growing up, and I loved Figgy. Switch hitter, scrappy infielder, that's what the Angels were all about. And somehow we won more and went to more playoffs back then. But not when we had 2 generational talents. No, we always missed playoffs with Mike Trout and Ohtani. I don't know, that's baseball. It's kind of the opposite of what we see in MLB The Show. We have a ton of legendary, Hall of Fame, powerful slugger type hitters, but you don't really get those scrappy contact cards in the game. And Figgy hitting from both sides of the plate, being a good infielder, I think that would be a solid card to have. And I'd love to see those kind of players get appreciated and loved more in MLB The Show. So why not show some love to the little guy? A guy like Figgy. I would love to see him in the game. Staying on the Angels path, how about one of the most dominant closers in our franchise's history, Francisco Rodriguez, K-Rod. There's also Troy Percival, but he's already in the game, and I want to see K-Rod in MLB The Show. He holds the record for most single season saves in Angels history, and that is 62. Damn, 62 saves in one season? Plus, I love his lineup, quick, lot of action, and I would love to see that applied in MLB The Show. I want K-Rod in my bullpen in Diamond Dynasty. Come on, make it happen, MLB The Show. Quick, name a bat flip, an epic bat flip. One of the most legendary bat flips in baseball history. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Did you say Jose Bautista? I bet you did. Jose Bautista had an amazing stretch during his baseball career. Not only is he remembered for that epic bat flip, but he also had back-to-back seasons of 40+ home runs. These are the kind of sluggers that I'm talking about that we get in this game. I would love to have him back in the game. With that bat flip animation, you know how hard that would go. He definitely put his stamp on that generation. He is a Toronto Blue Jays legend. You can definitely give him high overall cards, and they would wreck online. I know he's been in MLB The Show, but I want to see him back in MLB The Show. So let's do it. Let's get him back in this game. We're coming down to the end of my 10 players, and these guys are very similar to Jose Bautista. They hit for power, and they would fit perfectly into the DH spot because they've added that now to MLB The Show. Remember when we had to hit with our pitcher? No, those days are over, and we need hitters like this that can DH, starting with Mago Ordonez. Mago Ordonez would be perfect to use as a DH online. He had plenty of good home run seasons. He also ended his career hitting over 300. He had one of the coolest looks with his long flowing curls. I'd love to see that in the game as well, and I think this will be a great card to have, and let's just get him in MLB The Show. Come on, make it happen. And now for my final one, another guy that would be perfect to throw into your DH spot would be Carlos Lee. Another slugger, another great power guy, would be perfect to be a DH. Over 350 career moonshots, and a great batting stance that would honestly crush the baseball and online play. He's also born one day before me, so I like him a little more now. And he played for the Astros during their stadium's golden era when they had Tal's Hill. I love that hill, damn it. Why'd they ever have to get rid of it? MLB The Show, can you please give us a throwback stadium for the Astros with Tal's Hill? Please! I'm sure I'm not the only one who would want that. Oh, and obviously, give us Carlos Lee. I think that'd be sick. Those are my 10 guys that I would love to see added to MLB The Show 24. What do you guys think? Who do you want to see in MLB The Show? Do you agree with me? Do you have some other names you would like to mention? I know one that you guys definitely want to see. Barry Bonds. I know. I just don't think that one will honestly ever happen. I know I said they're taking the right steps, adding Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, maybe Manny one day, but when you think of that time, you think of that era, the leader, the guy that pops into everybody's head, Barry Bonds. And I just think that's too far of a stretch for them to go. Maybe one day, we'll see. I did put up a story on my Instagram asking you guys for some players you'd like to see. We got Soup here. He said Darryl Strawberry, Sandy Koufax, sweet lefty swing, sweet lefty ace. That'd be cool. Jake Arrieta, not too far removed from the MLB, but he was definitely dominant during his prime, and I'd love to have him back. Steve Carlton, that'd be a cool one as well. Vladdy Jr., Adolis Garcia. I got some news for you guys. They're in the game, and they've been in the previous games for a while now. Andrew Jones, would love to see him with the power. The glove would obviously be one of the better cards in the game. And that's it. If you want to voice your thoughts, we got the comment section. Go ahead and leave one down there. I'll be interacting with you guys, talking back and forth. Let me know what I think of your comment, if I think it's possible to see them in the game, and if I agree. That's what I want you to do if you made it to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with every single person you know so we can get everybody involved. I got this, you got this, we all got this, and I'll see you next time.